something at the start of this year when we came back to school for the first time since being in lockdown and having a long period of social distancing, of distance learning. Something that I noticed in my classroom was a general sense of perhaps of anxiety. Created what I think was the reason for it was because everybody's face is hidden, and that we take a lot of our social cues from facial expressions. It's a huge part of how we interact with each other. And the fact that only really your eyes are visible, and in some cases, if students have long hair or a hood, even eyes are difficult to see, can be difficult to see. And when we're unfamiliar with using our eyebrows and using our eyes to really articulate ourselves and show that we're smiling and that we're laughing or that we're surprised or that we're engaged, we're unfamiliar with that. I think it can really create a sense of unknowing, what's that person thinking? What are they, are we having fun right now? Are people enjoying this? Are you hearing what I'm saying? All of those questions start to come up. And I think we're going through a period right now of change where we have to look at the way we communicate with each other, and we have to exaggerate some ways of communicating. We have to spend a little time being active listening a little bit more, making sure you're listening into tone of voice, that you are in drama. We often spend a lot of time observing people's body language and thinking about how tone of voice communicates things, and how facial expressions communicate things. So yeah, I think there's a lot of skills from drama that can be transferred to the rest of our lives when we're talking about communication, because of course drama is a communication subject. But I think one of the biggest things I've learned during this period is that humanity and our need for social interaction is inevitable and is essential. And while we go through this period, we need to keep reminding ourselves that although we are in a time of social distancing at the moment, there are ways in which we can communicate with each other that are good, but also that we will return to more to normal eventually, because we need it. It's important to us.